Hello YouTube, thought I'd make up a quick video about my gaming PC. It's the Cooler Master Half-X Nvidia edition. I have made a video about it before, but I've obviously made a few updates since then. First things first, at the front you can see that I've got the xspc dual bay reservoir pump combo, which is doing my water cooling for my CPU. And there's obviously a standard DVD drive, green LED fan. Let's take you to the top of the case. You can see it's all lit up there as well. You've got 320mm green LED Sigmatech fans, which are running at full speed, on top of a 360mm xspc RS360 radiator. Now, in case you're wondering, the sound isn't actually from them. I'll show you guys what's making most of that racket in a moment. Let's show you the side of the PC. You can see just through the side panel, you can just see the water cooling. We've got a 140mm Sigmatech LED fan at the back. Got the standard 200mm side GPU fan blowing in onto the graphics card. That fan's blowing in, those three are blowing out. The 140mm at the back is blowing out, and that one's blowing in. So to give you an idea of the airflow, most obviously the hot air rises and will get blown out at the top of the case. So that's that. Now bear with me, I'm just going to undo the screws for this. Side fan there, because it's quite big, a little bit dusty there. Now, most of that noise is actually coming from behind the GPU duct. I've actually bought a 120 by 38mm fan, which runs at 2,600 RPM and blows at, and moves 99 CFM of air. So you can really feel that when you put your hand there. The fan's back there. Nice big chunky fan. Reason for that is, as you can see, I've got a stock reference. This is actually an Asus GTX 480. Now this card, as everyone knows, runs really hot. It will idle at around 40 and it will easily go into the 80s, 90s when you're playing a demanding game. However, when I've got this fan running, along with the other cooling in this case does have some brilliant cooling, I can play Battlefield 3 and this will max settings that I can run at, and it will probably get to around the early 80s tops, which might not sound very good compared to the new generation of GPUs, but for a 480 it would be bloody good. So that's that. There's my power supply. It's the OCZ 700W Mod Extreme modular power supply. It's okay, it's nothing special, does the job. The motherboard, I love my motherboard. It's, see there, it's the Sabertooth P67 by Asus. Really nice motherboard, and it just looks, I think it looks fantastic. It looks the mutts nuts to me. Really clean. I don't think the shroud that covers most of the motherboard does anything really for the temps. I just think it's just there for the looks. Now, there's my CPU water block. It's the Rasa, xspc Rasa. Pretty simple to install. It's actually cooling my i5 2500K CPU, which is currently overclocked modestly to 4.4 GHz. I'm using Arctic MX for thermal compound, which it's pretty decent. I'll show you like my results in terms of like when I'm doing stress testing or whatever, but I'm quite happy with a 4.4 GHz overclock. It's still a lot more than the 3.7 it comes in at, and it means I don't have to put through masses of vCore into the chip. I'll show you the radiator. I don't know how well you'll be able to see that actually, but that's a 360mm RS 360 radiator, and it's about 35mm thick, so it's not a 60mm by any stretch, but you can see I actually have got room for the motherboard to probably fit a 60mm radiator, but it's a 35mm thick radiator. The reason for that is it's just cooling the CPU. I actually prefer rigs where just the CPU is water-cooled because I don't like the look of water-cooled graphics cards. I actually prefer it when the CPU is water-cooled and then you've got like a couple of beast graphics cards, like a couple of 680s. Like I love the new GTX 680 because of the green GTX 680 that it actually says along the top. I know that sounds a bit shallow, but that's the kind of thing that excites me. I've got some really lame RAM. It's Corsair XMS3 8GB of DDR3 dual channel. Ideally I want to get that swapped out for some Crucial Ballistics tracer with some nice green LEDs. That'll be one of my next upgrades. And finally, if I can show you, if you can stand the noise any longer, there's the pump from the back. You can just about see it with the coolant in there. You know, it's buzzing away, it does a really good job, can't really complain. And the coolant, just so you know, is just deionized water from Halfords, and I've put some Mayhem's biocide and some Mayhem's UV green dye to get the green colour to match the lovely green case, so you get an idea of what the rig looks like. As you can see, also I'm using mostly like just braided cables, a bit hard to see, black USB, black SATA cables, and my fan cables, my power cable, the 24-pin power cable, and the 8-pin CPU cable. It's all braided extensions from NZXT. So, you know, obviously because the actual cables that come with the power supply are pretty rank, so I prefer the braided ones. Still a few cruddy looking cables at the bottom there, but you don't really notice that too much, to be honest, especially when the case is on. So overall very happy with it, runs really well. And I'll now show you the rest of my rig. I'll leave it actually. My monitor is the BenQ XL2420 120Hz, really nice monitor for gaming, etc. And here is my keyboard. It's the Rasa, I think it's the Lycosa. Really nice keyboard again, blue LEDs, would prefer green obviously. Same blue LED, Rasa Death Adder mouse. Got my Goliath extended edition control mouse pad. Would prefer the speed, to be honest. The controls are a bit too kind of textured, not quite smooth. Bought this from Argos. Alarm clock, which, as you can see, tells me the room. There we go. It tells me the room temperature, so that when I'm doing like overclocking and stuff, I have a decent idea of what kind of temps, you know, delta temps I'm getting on my CPU. My headset, the Rasa, what's it called? Piranha, I think. Decent enough. Now, quickly, what I'll do is I'll see if I can get you guys up some temperatures. Now, idle temps, you can see. Oop, there we go. Idle temps, considering it's 24 degrees in this room at the moment, it's idling at 27, 28, 27, 29, 28. So very low idle temps on the 2500. Now I'm actually using the offset voltage, which means that when I'm not doing anything strenuous, you can see that the CPU clocks down to a 16 times multiplier, and also the benefit of that is that I don't have to give it stupid amounts of VCore constantly. So you can see the VCore is only 0.992 or 0.984 volts at the moment. And you can see it's at 1.6 gigahertz, and that's what's giving me those really low idle temperatures, even though it's a 24 degree. You know, you can see on the where the hell is it? There you go. It's 24, nearly 25 degrees ambient in this room. Now, give you an idea of what it goes up to. If I use Intel burn test, which is known as a pretty good heat producer, not necessarily the best stability, but I'm not going to do it at a higher RAM because I want to do this quite quickly. If I start running that, 10 runs of Intel burn test, just using a gig of memory just to get it running, you can see the cores are loaded up to 100 there. You can see that the temps are now in the early 40s, 40, 43, 45, 42, and you can see that my overclock has now kicked in. I'm putting 1.28 volts through, 4.4 gigahertz, and you know, I'm pretty happy with that. It's done 2 runs of it so far, so obviously, you know, the longer this runs, the hotter it will get, but bear in mind, well, there you go, max 49, 54, 56, 53, and that's a, you know, using Intel burn test. Now, bear in mind that if I was to run prime, it would probably be 5 degrees at least less, because this Intel burn test really does pump out the heat a lot more. So that's just something to note. Anyway, that's a quick video of my rig. There you go, it's done 5 runs to do it. It's hitting max of 50, 56, 58, 53, and that's at a 24 degree ambient. So that's using the xspc rasa 750 water cooling kit that I showed you earlier. So there you go. And oh yeah, just quickly before I forget, you can see with all that noise, I can show you that my where it is, there you go. I'll show you my GTX 480 currently is idling at 37 degrees. There you go, 37 degrees, which is not bad. That's only 13 above the ambient, so 13 degrees delta, which is quite low when normally it's about 20 degrees. Oh, and in the meantime, that the Intel burn test was successfully completed, and you can see finally my max temps were between 50 and 58 degrees, which is pretty damn good for 4.4 gigahertz, I would say. Anyway guys, thanks for watching the video of my PC. Any questions about parts or anything, let me know. I like it, you might not, but obviously if you don't comment and stuff, it's all good laugh. Cheers for watching.